What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the 1796 Sports Podcast. Joined by Jim, as always. Tennessee defeats Syracuse, week 1, 45-26, down in Atlanta. And a bunch of other stuff happened around the country that we'll get into as well. But first off, Jim, overall thoughts on the game that went down in Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Hey, win's a win. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't terrible. I think a lot of rust got knocked off. A lot of people. The run game was fantastic. Joey looked good. I think that's the most of the rust I'm talking about. I think Joey in a game he looked. Honestly, there was no game last year that Nico was in that I was like, oh my god, like watching Joey play. He was poised. He looked like the veteran quarterback that that we thought we were going to get. But yeah, overall, defense could have been a little bit better. The injury bug is among us. Hopefully nothing too serious, but other than that, like I said, you can't be mad about that first week.
Yeah, I don't know how many people would have expected the defense to look, the defense to struggle a little bit before the offense struggled a little bit, going into this matchup. If anything, you would have thought the offense, looks worse. But, the main thing to me for the defense, Jim, was they couldn't get off the field on when Syracuse was trying to come back in that game. And it was happening in the second quarter, too. I think Syracuse made like a little under half their third downs, but they were 3 of 4 on fourth down. The only stop we had was
that's a problem.
The only stop we had was the very last one. Yeah, you can't survive like that in the SEC if your defense ain't getting off the field. But again, like you said, week 1, a lot of rotation going on in that defense too. I think we had. I have to go check real quick, but we had 27 players on defense that qualified for a PFF grade, which is a lot to qualify for a PFF grade. That's basically 2 teams of defense that played at least 5 plays. So,
yeah,
I don't know if the coaching staff looked at it like, okay, we're up 24 now. Once we got that first touchdown in the second half, let's see what we got and get these guys some experience, which is okay. But it did get a little hairy there for a second. So,
yeah.
You were only up 12 and they had the ball and the defense finally made a stop, and then we scored that touchdown to Kitzelman on third down to get it to 45-26. But do you have any overarching concerns about the defense besides, just getting off the field?
That's it's kind of a concern to me. Joshua Josephs looked the part. Whenever he was on the field, he was, getting to the quarterback. The 2, actually, I'll say 3 main linebackers played pretty well.
Yep.
They did get beat a little bit in the pass game, which again, week 1, it's fine. But Arian Carter played with his hair on fire.
Yeah.
And Edwin Spillman looked good. A lot of people are taking it for granted that, hey, it's week 1. Stuff's going to happen. Jordan Ross, another one that I think played pretty well. He only played 24 snaps, but he had a PFF grade of pretty much, I'm going to round up to 70. So that's a pretty good score for a guy with little experience. And it was funny, though. I can't. You were just talking about how, they were just getting down the field. At one point, Ben Bolton had.
Yeah, he had almost 30 snaps.
Yeah, almost 30 snaps. Brendan Aines, whatever his name is.
Brendan Aines from Page High School. He's a true freshman. He, just got in there to run around a little bit, it seems, which is fine, freshman.
Yeah, but again, why didn't we see Jalen Perlotti? That was one that.
Harmon got in, another young linebacker. Aines got in. Maybe they're ahead of Perlotti at this point. Perlotti, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I guess the main point is tons of people got in the game on defense. So that may be why, it looks a little iffy at times, but,
Now, I do want to talk about the secondary because the secondary, when healthy, and we're not even talking about Jamal McCoy, but
Mhm.
when healthy, even without Jamal McCoy, this secondary looks nasty. And Ty Redmond, true
Yeah,
freshman, looked phenomenal. I mean, he got beat once, but that's
yeah,
fine. But he looked like a guy that's been there. Colton Hood, absolute stud. What a pickup in the portal.
yeah,
Boo Carter, yeah, again, he missed all of the summer stuff and he's been dealing with you know, the drama uh, off the field. But man, Jalen McMurray too. Oh, that guy looks. Hey, and they said it. I saw it as a quote that the coaches were saying he's going to have a big year.
yeah,
Boy, what a start! What a
yeah.
start!
I think it's remarkable that a true freshman in Ty Redmond has your highest PFF score for the whole defense. Um, I think it's remarkable that once again we have hit on a corner in the transfer portal that, I mean, just in game one looks about as good as Jermod did in the early phases of last season. I mean, he was all over people. Like I think he had 3 pass breakups. Redmond had 2, and Hood's only reception he gave up was like for 5 yards. And of course, he showed some great hands picking up that fumble. And
Touchdown!
yeah, and McMurray tipped that ball that T-Lander. By the way, that was an incredible interception by
Oh,
T-Lander to dive for that ball. But and the guy who forced that fumble on Hood's touchdown, Nathan Robertson from Greenbrier High School, right down the road from me. It's just Rodney Garner's revolving door of defensive linemen just continues. He was affecting the quarterback a lot.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
the only thing I'm worried about as far as the injuries go, Gibson only 19 snaps. He got banged up, and Jackson Moe.
Great.
What's the story with them? Because we're kind of thin at defensive line at the moment with Hobbs out and maybe Moy's out. So we'll see how that progresses. I would imagine against ETSU they rotate even more than they did against Syracuse too. So
Again, with Moy, I think it was precautionary,
yeah,
and I think Tennessee's coaching staff knew as a whole that they would be fine without him this game. It was something with his arm. He got like I think
it was the armor or the chest maybe. It was something in the midsection for
yeah,
sure.
Yasin Willis really laid into him like
Yeah,
right at the beginning of the game, and it definitely stung. But I think Jackson Moore will definitely sit this weekend
yeah,
and really obviously get ready for the Georgia game. Um, but again, Dominic Bailey, 70 PFF score, 66 snaps. I mean, can't ask for anything, more from him. Weathersby, 45 snaps, almost a 72 score. Gotta
yeah,
love to see that. And like you said, Nathan Robinson, what a game. That was a breakout game, confidence booster for a young kid like that. And
yeah,
that's huge for Tennessee to see. That's huge because, like you said, that inner defensive line is very, very thin, especially with the injuries. Um,
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see. But the defense, again, it's week one. I think the rust will get out. And it's not even the rust with just the players. I think Banks too. I think it's
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
no. Go ahead, go.
again, the soft zone stuff, which I
Oh,
think you can blame the soft zone for most of those long third or fourth down conversions. And maybe they didn't execute the zone well or whatever, but bring some heat on a guy who's in his second start ever, you know? And
yeah,
maybe we underestimated Syracuse's offense a little bit, which I think is safe to say because Kyle McCord was a afterthought before last year, and we saw what he did last year. I think Syracuse will end up being a good team offensively again. I mean, they got tons of weapons, but again, the soft zone. I mean, it just kills me, man. It kills me. It's boring to watch, and it doesn't work.
yeah. And again, like you said, I think they'll figure it out. Again, Banks went off of not a lot of information on this team. They had a lot of people that didn't really play last year, and Brown's a good coach. I mean,
Fran Brown's awesome. Yeah,
his offense is a good offense, and he threw Tennessee some fits, and Tennessee is going to learn from this game, I think, on the defensive end, and we'll see how it goes. SEC Mike from the SEC podcast posted, what's your updated prediction on Tennessee for the year? Come to me after the Georgia game, because this week we're not going to learn anything. It's going to be a slaughter fest. And I mean, if I did this hypothetical, I had a buddy come over and watch the game with me. Hypothetically, Ryan,
yeah.
How nuts would it be for Tennessee to take down Georgia? And what would the headlines be?
The headlines would be Joey's in the Heisman race, probably, assumedly. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because I think that's what it would take to get over that hump there, is Joey to go absolutely crazy. So
yeah, you're not wrong.
But, you know, any more thoughts on the defense before we move on to the main attraction on Saturday?
No, I mean, we got to talk about the three-headed monster here. I mean, again.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, when you have three guys with different skill sets that you can rotate at will, you can ride the hot hand, which is what they did at the end of the game with Star Thomas. Three guys. I mean, the hot hand will be different in some games, I'm sure. It's a luxury that cannot be understated. I mean, it's incredible. And I still think Lewis might be the most talented back, and he had the fewest rushing yards.
I don't think he had and he had the fewest attempts out of the three.
Again, it's just I think they rode the hot hand with Thomas at the end. So,
well, Thomas catching that pass too, dude.
Yeah, I mean, again, way different skill sets across all three of them. Thomas looked like a wide receiver on that touchdown.
Oh yeah,
I mean and before we even get to Aguilar's performance, I just want to say, with Sanders being out, everybody was kind of worried. Everybody was shocked. I don't think worried is the right word, but just kind of annoyed that nobody knew that.
Yeah.
Everybody was excited to see him play, but without him, across the board, you had Hurd, Umarov, Pendleton,
Moy,
and then
Perry.
Perry at right tackle. Yeah, they played phenomenal. We rushed for 250 and didn't give up a sack. I mean, you can't ask for more than that in a first game. I mean, most of the time in first games, you're going to have some hiccups, especially from an offensive line unit that has never played together and didn't expect to play together this week. I mean, I thought the offensive line was probably the brightest spot on the offense to me. And that's even with Aguilar's performance.
Take away the running backs. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Lance Hurd looked shut down compared to last year. I mean, and don't get me wrong, you're talking about the 96th ranked defense, in college football, but Lance Hurd looks different this year. Wendell Moe, that dude is a brick shit house. That's all I'm gonna call him. And Sam Pendleton, hey, we were worried. Hey, center Cooper Mays is gone. Who's going to be able to keep up with this offense? Fantastic. He did. There was nothing really I could complain about. Maybe a couple.
There was one bad snap on that goal to go situation near the end of the game that Joey had to corral and go down. But that was the only thing from Pendleton that I saw. I think.
But Perry looked great.
Perry was awesome. I mean, he got punished for putting this guy in the dirt by being downfield a few extra yards on a should have been Brazel touchdown. But again, that offensive line impressed me thoroughly. And that's not even our best guys, apparently, So
do you expect David Sanders to play this weekend?
I would hope that he gets some college reps before we put him out there against Georgia, I mean, that's just my opinion. What are you thinking with that situation?
Again, I think if he is healthy, you put him out there, even if it's for just a half. You got to get him in game reps, just because he missed this week. Because realistically, I feel like you get those kinks out, yesterday or 2 days ago, and again, I think he plays about a half, maybe 3/4, and then let him rest. But other than that, I mean, like you said, the offensive line performed great. The best part about it is you never heard the announcers talk about the offensive line. It was Joey Aguilar this, the Sean Bishop that,
Yep.
And it was just nothing bad. So huge news, obviously, against Syracuse, and I'm sure we'll see the same stuff against ETSU. And again, we'll have to talk. It's going to be really interesting after the Georgia game. We will know a little bit, way more about this team after that game.
Yeah. And now I think it's time to talk about Joey Aguilar. I cannot remember a time since 2022, and again, it's against Syracuse, I know this, that the offense has looked that in control. They weren't always in sync, but I think they were always in control. The bad plays were not disasters. You had that one turnover, which I think is just an easy fix. I mean, the more they, play that and run that mesh together, him and Thomas, it'll get better and more smooth. That was the only time where I was like, no, that was a little bit bad by Aguilar. But other than that, he was perfect. He was in command, and he looked like a veteran quarterback.
Yeah, poised, especially with the pass we were talking about, the Star Thomas. He gets pressured. He rolls out, doesn't run out of bounds, doesn't nothing. He says, you know what, I'm putting it up. He trusts his guys, throws it up. Star Thomas comes up with a great catch, touchdown. Yep. And that's only one of the plays. I mean, it just looked, and everyone talking about, he throws a little high, all that stuff. It's going to happen. It's week 1. He's excited. He's got those, jitters to get out. I expect him to probably be a lot better, obviously, against an ETSU team, but I think he's going to get more comfortable with the guys. Chris Brazzell dropped a pass that was in his chest plate that could have been for another 15, 20 yards.
He might have scored. I mean, he only had to make one guy miss. So
right. And that was another big thing with the whole Joey Aguilar situation is there was a couple. Now, he did miss on a few, but there was also a couple that it hit the wide receiver's hands and they dropped it. And to me, if you get 2 hands on the ball, you should catch the ball. It's my opinion.
Some of them were a little bit of fault both ways. Some of them were mainly Joey. Some of them were mainly the receivers as far as the misfires and incompletions. Like you said, that'll come together the more they play together. I mean, I think Heupel mentioned, I was listening to the Vault Network and Mike Keith, which, by the way, if you're not listening to Mike Keith, you need to reevaluate your life. I didn't even know who was calling the game on TV until I watched the replay after all the games were finished last night. But they said that Heupel had mentioned that he's a little late on the RPO stuff, and that's why maybe the timing was off with the wide receivers as far as the out routes to the sideline and all that. But there was multiple 3rd and 10s that he put on the money. I remember one to Brazzell and one to Staley over the middle of the field. I really like that Brazzell to Aguilar connection. I think that was really good. And of course, Staley, he had 4 catches, including that long one, which when that happened, I had to clean up a mess in my living room. I had he put it in stride in the breadbasket. He didn't have to slow down at all. And that was a huge play in the game. I mean, that Syracuse had just cut it to 10. I mean, I was, besides the misfires, which we've already established will get better as he goes, I can't think of anything besides the fumble that I was displeased with. I mean, like I said, he was in control of the offense the whole game.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely fantastic performance for a debut team coming in at the beginning of fall camp. Everyone was, worried about him and all that. But even the one play to Travis Smith Jr., bro, if that was a little lower, I think Smith was gone, dude. Huge play that, again, just a little bit high, but,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to be amped up in a first game. I mean, this is the biggest game he's ever played in. I mean, you're the starting quarterback for Tennessee and then the season opener. So I'd expect when he was missing, I was like, okay, he's a little bit amped up, but he kept everything under control. And that play to Smith when we were backed up, again, I think that was just a little bit of mistiming. He's only been here for 3 months. He's not going to be perfect right off the bat. But for a debut, only being here 3 months, you couldn't ask for much better. I mean, I think the question I posed before in our preview last week, I mean, would you rather see the running game go for 250 or would you rather see Joey go for 250 to 300? We ended up getting close to both. It's like 250 apiece on offense. So very, 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 very happy. And furthermore, we went tempo almost the entire game.
We haven't even talked about that. Are you kidding me? There was one time, back in the Hendon days, that when you were watching a game on TV, if you blinked, it was like the next play going. And that happened with Joey. Hey, let me tell you something. One time I looked at the TV and they were still showing the sideline, and I heard, and I'm like, oh, where's the play at? And I'm like, and offensive line, we talked about them already. Fantastic. And like you said, Joey, for a first game debut, fantastic start. All you could do is be more excited for this team because seeing a quarterback like that poised, and again, I'm going to this Georgia game again. Tennessee's really lucky it's home. You got a home game against a big team like that. Crowd's going to be in it. This is good. And you just talked about Joey's biggest game. That will be Joey's biggest game of his career. And it's going to be exciting with a quarterback like that. I'm beyond ecstatic for this team. I think the defense will be better as the weeks progress.
Yeah.
And the offense, same thing. If the offense is doing this week one, I'm excited.
Yeah. I would like to see more out of Mike Matthews. I don't know if he was – of course, that deep ball, that was a little bit on Joey, but I do think he was getting, harassed down the field. I mean, the refs were letting the corners play on both sides, pushing and holding. But the last few things about Joey, though, he kept the read option. And I thought hell had just frozen over watching Tennessee quarterback keep a read option. He doesn't slide. Like, that's a little bit concerning, a little bit exciting.
It scared me a little bit.
Yeah, that first scramble he had for about 20, 25 yards where he ducked his shoulder and got like 5 more yards out of it. Nico would have ran out of bounds after 10, after he got the first down. Yeah. And furthermore, both of those 3rd and goal touchdowns that Joey had, I don't think Nico makes either of those plays because they're the 3rd and goal to Starr. I mean, that was a veteran move all the way. I mean, just throw it to your guy that you trust. The 3rd and goal to Kitzelman to ice the game. There was 1.5 to 2 guys in his face, and he just pops it to Kitzelman because he trusts him to make the play. I don't know if Nico makes those plays, and those plays were big. I mean, we only won by 19. That's 14 points. It could have been just 6. So, he's poised. He doesn't panic, and I was very happy again with, being behind the 8 ball. Only being here since June. Again, I don't think you can ask for much better in a debut. So, any more thoughts on the offense before we talk about some other matchups that went down yesterday?
What an opening weekend, huh? I don't think it could have went better.
I mean, obviously, I think you have to talk about first as Tennessee fans. Alabama, DeBoer, I think he's on the hot seat already. I mean, I have a few friends that are Alabama fans, and they said as much. His seat is scorching now. I mean, and when just watching the highlights of that game, I think Alabama was the more talented team, but the coaching is just like not there. I mean, I don't know what's wrong down in Tuscaloosa, but I'm happy it's wrong.
I don't think the players are they have the talent. I mean, Ty Simpson, I don't think is it. I don't think just watching him and the reads he was making and the plays he was doing. There was one play where he had they needed a first down. I think they were down by 7 still, and he had 10 yards in front of him, and he throws the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now again, week 1. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Florida State looks like a good team, but Alabama. I mean, it's Alabama. You don't lose games like that. And at this point, Alabama might not win 8 games. They have 6 games on their schedule that I'm like, all right, they could lose. Like, because think about it. Let's just hypothetical here about Alabama. Let's say you lose to Wisconsin at home. It could happen.
Yeah.
But then you play, let's say they win. They're 2-1. They're going to Athens. They're going to lose in Athens. They're going to not even close.
Just based off what we saw yesterday, that's a hard game to say Alabama is going to win. Yeah.
So 2-2, 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Then you got Vandy, who kept up with you last year, and you probably had a better quarterback last year. Jalen Milroe was 10 times better because he could run. But then they got Missouri, who, again, they played a blind school. But, I mean, then us, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, and Auburn? Come on, bro. I could see a 7-5 Alabama, and if that happens, Kalen DeBoer's gone.
I mean, again, if things don't get better, I totally agree with you. I mean, they look like a team with no identity. They got guys jogging on defense. I mean, I've heard stories of, just players receiving DoorDash orders at hotels at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And this was from last year. I saw this on Twitter today. Bryce actually sent it to me. Like, I don't know. Like, all I can say is I'm very happy about it. And like you said, Florida State may be a good team, but I don't know if they're that good. I think it's just Alabama is maybe an 8-4 to 7-5 type team this year. So,
which welcome to reality, Bama fans.
I mean, they used to be that way before Saban got there. That's about where they were for 5 to 10 years. So, what do you think about Arch Manning versus Ohio State? That's what I think too, but I will say, I mean, playing Ohio State at Ohio State in your first big-time start, that's a little bit tough. But what is this sidearm stuff?
Yeah, what are you trying to be, Patrick Mahomes? Like,
I don't get it, man. Because he had a guy wide open on a 3rd and 3, like near their end zone, and just missed him completely. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what's going on, but this is the cautionary tale to not overrate guys who haven't really shown much. And again, I know it's Ohio State, but 7 points, really? I mean, we were led to believe that this was a Heisman frontrunner, and he might still be, but I find it hard to believe now.
I think that's long gone. I think the Heisman thing is gone.
Yeah.
Now the defense is stout. Texas defense is good.
Yeah.
To be able to shut down their wide receivers pretty much, and just pretty much control the game. Texas, I'm not worried about Texas. I think Texas will be just fine. Again, though, another team that they're playing tough teams. There's games you could drop here where you don't see a Texas in the playoff. And again, I'm not saying Tennessee is going to get in the playoff. I'm just saying, like, all these people talk about the 9-game SEC schedule. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be real tough, even for teams like Texas and Georgia. It's just you're playing all these good teams all year round. So
I don't know what else to say about that game except that a defensive struggle is not what I was expecting, which maybe I should have with 2 inexperienced quarterbacks starting, but with all the firepower Ohio State has, all the firepower Texas has, I mean, like you said, they're both really stout defenses, but not the game that was billed to America there. But LSU versus Clemson. LSU got a huge win. Another game that was a defensive struggle. What were your thoughts on that one, Jim?
Again, week 1, I'm not impressed with LSU. I'm not. I'm actually. I really thought Clemson was going to win that game.
Yeah.
But both defenses look pretty good. But I don't know. I think a lot of teams are overrated this year. But again, it's week one. You can't really like hold them to that either team.
Yeah.
But hey, hats to LSU. That was a big win for them because if they would have lost that game, I think Brian Kelly's on the hot seat, like hot seat.
Yeah, and that's why I took LSU +4, and I was assuming that Clemson was still winning with like a field goal or something, which could have happened, but Clemson stalled out on their last drive, and LSU wins the game. So, and that's about. I mean, I'll say this too. Me and Bryce were talking about this last night. It seems like, at least in this week one, defenses are a lot better than they used to be. The talent gap between schools is a lot thinner than it used to be with the whole era we're in now. I mean, we watched. I was in Murfreesboro with Bryce. We watched Austin P and FCS school beat MTSU. Like that stuff's going to happen a lot more often now. And
yeah, oh yeah.
And another thing, just based off week one, I know it seems like this whole deal is a lot more open than we were led to believe. Like, I don't think any of these teams are as good as they like, especially like some of the teams ranked ahead of Tennessee. Like, we were led to believe Iowa State and Kansas State were better than Tennessee just based off the rankings, which is a joke. Kansas State struggled with North Dakota. Did they end up losing or winning that game?
I think they lost.
I got to check.
I'm looking it up.
They won by 3. I mean, and I think that was a last-minute touchdown too, because I think North Dakota was up by 4 with like 2 minutes left. So, I mean, this is just further proves that preseason rankings shouldn't be a thing. I think rankings should come out at the end of September. I've said that since we've been doing this podcast, Jim.
I like that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, keep everyone not ranked until that third week, and then you could spit them out. But it's not. I don't think it'll change. I don't think it's going to. They love doing this crap, and teams like Alabama probably is still going to be ranked somehow, but
yeah, they'll probably be ranked in the mid-teens.
Probably. Oh, I know. I think we'll be above them.
I mean, maybe. I mean, Tennessee Tennessee covered the spread. They did what they were supposed to do. So, yep. What did you think about South Carolina today? They ended up beating Virginia Tech 24-11, which it was a close game long into the fourth quarter. I mean, South Carolina had to. Yeah, the Beamer ball came through for Shane Beamer. I mean, not the Frank Beamers, but I'm not that impressed with South Carolina either. I mean,
week one though,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's such a crapshoot, but this is all we have to go off.
Yeah.
So my main point is things look, especially with Tennessee's schedule. Tennessee has the same schedule as last year, except home and away flipped. It's not an unmanageable schedule to win 9 to 10 games and be knocking on the door of a playoff again. If they can replicate the performance on offense that they got yesterday and the defense gets better. So
we said what we had to do. You have to take one of the 3. You have to. And not drop the Oklahoma game.
And again, with what Alabama did, doing that seems a lot more plausible now, just based off week one. You know?
You're not wrong. Not wrong.
I mean, I think Alabama will get better, and it'll still be a very tough matchup there. But I'm a lot more confident in that game now, just based off what I saw.
Can we talk about one more game?
Yeah.
You know what game I'm talking about? Let's talk about the UCLA game. Come on.
I mean, I ended up participating in the fan base's hate watch of Nico. And let me say this right here. I almost feel bad for him, but I don't. He has done this to himself.
Oh
And
yeah, he really messed up.
I hope Deshaun Foster feels stupid for picking him over Aguilar. Um, Aguilar scores more than 10 points last night.
Oh
100%.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Somehow, some way.
yeah, no
He
doubt.
doesn't throw a halfback screen interception.
That was abysmal. He was overthrowing guys again. Um, he was running and taking awful sacks that were 100% avoidable. I mean, I said I wouldn't participate in piling on Nico, but it's too fun not to. I mean, it's just. I'll say that Aguilar is the best fit for this offense since Hendon Hooker, and
Yes.
it doesn't mean Milton or Nico aren't better prospects for the league, but Aguilar is 10 times better fit as both of them, just based off what we saw yesterday.
Yeah. And you can't, hey, nothing but excitement for this team. Nothing but excitement. Take week one with a grain of salt on the defensive end. I think that's the offense we're going to see. I think it's going to get better and click better as the weeks progress. It's just, let's hope this defense isn't what 22's defense was, where you're hoping Tennessee scores 40 points to win. Because I'm telling you, I really do believe this. I think if Tennessee can score 28 points against Georgia, Tennessee can win.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I told myself I wouldn't feel any different by the time that game comes around. I would probably still say we dropped that game, but just based off what we saw again, I'm getting more confident, man. I mean, and I know Georgia was playing Marshall. I mean, there's not much that you can glean from that performance. They took care of business too, 45 to 7. And they'll be playing Austin Peay next week. So really, when they come to Knoxville, it'll be their first test. I mean, it'll be Stockton's first away start. I mean, we've already talked about all this. I mean, I might change my decision between now and then, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Excitement. That's all you gotta. That's all you gotta be ready for.
Yeah. All we gotta do is take care of Cade McNamara and the ETSU Buccaneers, which we will, and hopefully no more injuries. Rest the guys who are banged up, and get ready for the Bulldogs. I mean, it is the game of the early season here. It might end up being the game of the season.
And game day. I think College game day will be there. It's gonna be interesting, but
yeah,
that's it, man. I really, like I said, it's all excitement. I mean, after that performance, after watching Bama lose, Nico lose, cinema.
Absolute cinema. I mean, there's couldn't end it any better there, man. So, anything else tonight?
Nope. I can't wait for the Georgia preview.
All right, go Vols, man.
Go Vols, baby.